Enshrouded is one of the best games for building hobbit holes, and I've definitely built quite a few of them myself. But today, I'm building one hobbit house to rule them all, using the new round doors and windows that they added with the latest update, as well as some awesome building skills and techniques that I've learned from all of my previous builds. So with that, sit back, get cozy, and enjoy the video. So for this build, I've scoped out a cozy little clearing here in the Revelwood forest. And you can get a glimpse of the sunrise over in that direction, as well as the sunset above the mountains with a beautiful view over here overlooking the shroud. And for those of you wondering, here is where it is on the map. And with that said, let's get started on the foundation here. So I've gone ahead and just done a little bit of planning. I've flattened out an area. And then for the main part of the foundation, I've laid 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 4-meter ceiling pieces out of the rough stone block by 5 long. So that's the main foundation square, and then I did 2 little jut outs. One over here that's just 2 of them wide, and then one mirroring it on this side. And it's 2 blocks in from the front and 1 in from the back there. Gone ahead and placed a little bed and a workbench here. And then don't mind the floating flame altar in the sky, as well as this little staircase. The flame altar up there is just to get it out of the way. I might be doing something with it in next video. This video might be part of a small little series on this build, actually. I want to do the full Hobbit house build in this video, but then I'd also love to build a neat little house on top of it that's like integrated into the build somehow. So we'll see. And then this staircase is just kind of a reference for maybe how I could get up there from inside the Hobbit house. So don't mind these, pretend they're not there right now. And with that, let's get started on the front of the Hobbit house here. And for the front here, I want to do the 4-meter wide wall piece and make it out of the half-timbered block. I love this block for Hobbit houses. And I'm going to place it right smack dab in the center, just like that. I'm going to place 1 on both sides of it, and then go to the 2-meter wall piece, place 1 down there, and then 1 right over here. And then, let's see, I want to do a little 2x2 wall block. Just take a chunk out of both sides, just like so. And then the single wall block, I'm going to just kind of refine some of the edges here. I think something maybe just like that. And then, I don't know, for that side, that looks pretty good. And then for this side here, yeah, something like that. That looks nice. And then we'll take the 2x2 wall blocks and block ourselves out a doorway for the new round door, which is going to be 6 blocks wide by 6 blocks tall. Something like that there. And then I want to do a little window over here. It's going to be 3x3 because that's the dimension of the new rounded windows. And then a super small rounded window here, which is just a little 2x2. And then I want to do another of the larger rounded windows on this side. So let's see, again, 3x3 right here. And that'll be the main outline for the front. And now I want to grab some pillars. So I want to go back to the single block and place the half-timbered block. 1 right down here and 1 right down here. And then go to my 2-meter column here. Turn off snapping to make this easier. And sit it right there for 1 and 2. And then same thing over here. I want 1 there and 1 there. And then for this, I'm going to do something really creative that I've never done on a Hobbit house before, but I'm going to actually make the doors and windows round on the outside of the doors and windows. So because the doors are round and the windows are round, you know, that's great, but the frame is still square. And I'd like for the frame to also look like it's round. So I'm going to use a really cool technique that I was messing around with the other day of using roof blocks for the front of the Hobbit house. So I'm going to take my stone shingle roof block, and you'll see what I mean here soon. I'm going to go ahead and outline the entire face of this door here. Or actually, I want this to be, let's see, I'm debating if I want it on a stone shingle roof block. Yeah, I do. I want it out of the stone shingle roof block. I think I'm going to use the tarred shingle roof block for another one. Let's see here. Let me outline the entire face of this with the stone shingle roof block. All the way down the edges. And if you haven't already caught on to basically what I'm doing here, is I'm making it so that the textures of these blocks here, let's see, they keep messing around with me here. There we go. So you can see how it rounds the corner there by putting a little slant on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it across the front here, and then maybe one up like that, something like that. So just like that, it'll make like a rounded frame around the door, and I want to do the same thing around the windows. So this window section, actually, before I do it around the windows, I'm gonna go ahead with the door frame here out of the rough cut stone, or rough stone block, I should say. And I want to go ahead and place it right here, and one right here. So just basically bringing the front of the house out by one more block here. So one there. Oops, that's a little too far forward. Let's do something. Let's see, this gets really finicky sometimes. Trying to snap these in the right spot. I want it one more block right there. Okay. And then one right there. Perfect. Now I can go back to my roof piece, and with the shingle roof block, I'm gonna do a full line down here. And then I'm gonna do it over by 2 like that. Let's see, something like that there. That's looking pretty good. And then I want to continue this around just this window here. So something like that. Yeah, right there. So that it has, actually I want to destroy that one and that one. So it has like a little angle there, it goes up, and then it angles in. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So there we go, the window outline is mirrored on both sides. Now I'm going to switch to my tarred shingled roof block and fill in the rest of these. And what that's going to do is just add more texture to the front here. So you can see if I fill in with the tarred shingle roof block here, it's going to add something cool to the house here. Oh, let's see here, if I can get it to snap in. It's always going to be a little bit tough. There we go. So it's just adding this really awesome little shape here, this little crescent shape. And I think on the very top, let's see, like right here, I'm gonna do that with the stone shingle as well, just to make this top line go straight up and down, something like that maybe. Let's see. Maybe like that. Let's fill in again with the tarred one there. And one more line with the tarred, so I'll destroy that one and that one. There we go. That's what I want it to be. So I want it to have like this line here, a line on the side, and then a line going up, and then that line just going straight up at the top of the window there. And this is just to add some texture. You don't have to do this. You could certainly do it all with one of the roof blocks. But I just think it looks kind of cool to add like that line that rounds out the window, just to really bring it out there. And then I'm just gonna fill in the whole rest of this face with the roof block here, just using the tarred shingle roof block. And this also could be easier if you turn your voxel detail models off. Just so that you don't see all these little sections here. We'll be getting rid of them very soon anyway, so you won't have to worry about it too much. But here we go, something like that. And I'm gonna do that same thing on the other side. I'm just creating this little line that comes out, up and around, and then filling in the rest of it with the tarred shingle roof block. So here we go. It'll look something just like that. And then the very last step is I'm gonna go ahead and take my single block for the half timbered here, and I'm just going to outline the entire front here with these half timbered blocks, basically just following the same pattern that I did on the first wall that we built. And check that out, that's just going to start looking so good. I love how that looks, and that'll also get rid of all these funky textures that the roof is creating here. So you can see as I do this up here, gets rid of all of that right there. So that's really nice. And then just all the way along the top here. So there we go. I'm really happy with how that looks. I'm just going to take the single roof block here. And, you know, it can be a stone shingle roof block. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put one here, and then 2 on the very corners here. It's just going to look like some beams are kind of coming out and tying into the ceiling. Just, again, to add depth and texture. The more interest I can add to a build, the better it's going to look. So I think with that, it's time for some doors and windows. Okay, so I have the door and windows here, and I'm going to go ahead and put the green round door in the center there. The large iron round windows in both of these sections here. Right there, and then the little guy right over here. There we go. Perfect. That looks so good. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little flower pot on each side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sort of free place the flower pots. I want a little purple one right over here, kind of matches the little purple flowers here. I put a little bit of flower soil down. So I want it like right on the edge. So right as it kind of gets the window and center there. So maybe, let's see, something just like that. And then a little yellow one maybe over here could look good. So maybe right there. I think that looks awesome. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some lighting here, just some decorations. Go ahead and put maybe a little hanging one right down there. And then a little tiny, let's see, maybe one of these guys. Ooh, if I can get it to snap. This is, oh, this one goes on the floor. Yeah, I'll get like a little wall one maybe to go over there. But in the meantime, I am super, super happy with the way this is looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the roof now. And I'm gonna just select my ceiling piece here. And go ahead and put one there. And then, let's see, I'll turn off X here. Just sort of outline the top there, just like that. And I'm gonna bring those all out, or at least the center one. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that all the way across. Yeah, right out to here, so that it's directly on top of that section. And while I've got these, I may as well just continue and outline the entire rest of this section. So something like that. That's all the way along the back. We can go ahead and outline the front section. Actually, let's see. Let's go ahead, snap them halfway in there, and then a full one out here over this little jut out. And on this side, I'll just leave like a little gap for those stairs. And again, like I said, I'll go over what I have planned for that in a little more detail later. But this should work out. Go ahead and put one there maybe. And pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and continue these back. Something like that. Right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead with the door frame pieces. And these can be used to essentially just continue the wall around. Want to kind of line it up with that edge and then snapping it one down. So that's 1, 2, and then another one down right here. And then another couple there. Something like that. I'm going to leave this wall blank for now. We'll do the walls here in a minute. I'll just bring those out to the middle section right here. So I'll put one more there, there, and then one more down. I think there and there. One more toward me. Just like that. So this whole front section will continue this curve down here. And I think this little area is going to be like a little fireplace and chimney maybe. This side might be like a cozy little living dining area. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side, just bringing out these pieces until they're all the way sort of to the center line here. So there we go, that looks good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the walls. I'm gonna do them out of the rough flintstone block. I think that'll look really nice. So let me just snap one there, there, there. And here, something like that. And then on this side as well. So right there. All the way across. Oops, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I think that'll work well enough. And then for the rest of it, I'll just go around with the wide wall piece here. I think I can use the snapping for this, yeah. So that makes that nice and easy. So this will be the largest Hobbit hole that I've ever built as well, which will be nice. So just like that. I'm pretty happy with that. It's gonna be very spacious, and we'll sanction off the inside with cozy little rooms, and yeah, I'm really excited. This is gonna look so good. It already looks amazing now with the new rounded doors and windows and everything. This is just awesome. And then for the top here, I'm just gonna go ahead with the half-timbered roof block again. Or not roof block, but roof block in my case. And I just wanna fill in all of this area just so that we can close off these little gaps. So right there, and then over on this side as well. And there we go. The entire interior of the Hobbit house is enclosed, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this top section in while leaving a little bit of space. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut like a little hole out for these stairs. Like I said, I'll use them again in next video. These are 3 wide, and yeah, you can kind of get an estimate for how far these come out in terms of like this inner corner here. You know, if I put a block here, it's like 4 from that little corner, and then 1, and then here's the stairs. Just so you know, in case you want to place these, and subscribe for part 2. So I'm gonna go and fill in the rest of the roof there, cut a little opening for this, and we'll start working on some of the interior, as well as filling in over the top of it with grass to sort of create our hill. Alright, I've gone ahead and trimmed out the stairs now and cut a little opening that's the perfect size for them here. Just made them out of the half-timbered block there, rather than the stone that they were originally made of. And now we can start working on the interior. So to start, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in these walls, like a continuation, create like a little half wall right here. And I want to take this piece and snap one there, and I'm going to mirror it again on this side. So basically just halfway into the little floor blueprint there that you can see, so that it's like, you know, you get the doorway here, and we've got this hall that'll come back from the door. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the littler wall piece, and we'll go ahead and snap one here, and right here, and one there, and one there, just to get as much done as we can with the blueprints. Then we can just take the single block here and fill in the rest of the way on these little half walls. So I was thinking about kind of an open floor plan, but when I was thinking more, I thought it'd be cool to kind of close things up a little more, have like little sanctioned off rooms to really add to the cozy feel, and also give this feeling like you're underground, but not make it feel like a dungeon, if that makes any sense. So still cozy and open, but underground and like sanctioned off with little tunnels going to the rooms, similar to Bag End and everything. So I'm really excited to try some new techniques with the new building pieces here. And to start off, I wanted to see if I could create like a little archway to sort of create these tunnels. And I want one to go here. I was thinking about putting like a hallway from here to like this back room here, and then a little like divider hallway right through here to get to maybe a bedroom. I might turn this area into a bedroom, and then I don't know, maybe a bathroom off the back or something, and then this could just be like a little room for the staircase or storage, or maybe this becomes the bathroom. Not entirely sure, but the idea I had was if I destroyed 6 blocks wide by 5 blocks high instead of 6 blocks high. So we're gonna do that to both sides. Something just like that. And then what if I took the single block and just destroyed a little block kind of down there, and then took this wooden round frame that we get with the latest update. And then because that block is destroyed, I can kind of aim down there and it'll snap into place. I'll do something like that on both sides. And then just hit Y twice to fill in the floor again there. And look at that. We've got this little arched doorway here that we can actually walk through, and it still has a flat floor there. So I think that's super cool, and I'm going to use this design to sort of sanction off rooms and create hallways. And now that that's done, I'm going to start sanctioning off little rooms. So I think I'm going to take this blueprint again, the narrow wall. I'm going to put one there and one right here. Again, just halfway in between these blueprints. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the larger wide wall, rotate it, and let's see here. I want to snap it, I think, right there. I think that's where I want it. Yeah, that's where I want it. And I'm going to do the same thing over sort of on the back side here. I want to snap this, I think, right there. Yep. So that we have a 6-block wide hallway in between these two rooms here. Then I want to grab the narrow wall again, rotate it, and snap one of these. Let's see, right there. And right here. Something like that. That's looking good. And then rotate it, and I want to snap one. This will be interesting. I think I'm going to snap it right on the outside here. So I want to do like one there. And same thing here. I think this side I'm going to use the wide wall. And go ahead and bring it in like that. Snap one there. And then snap one. I think this is the perfect for a narrow wall. Yep, right there. And then let's go ahead with the wide wall over here. So there we go. I think that's pretty good for doing my rooms. I'm going to go ahead and cut an opening into this side here. So let's just go again, 6 blocks wide by 5 blocks high. Something just like that. That should work. So we've got essentially an opening connecting these two rooms to go into the bedroom. We can get into the bedroom from this room. And then we've got a long hallway that'll continue toward the back here. And then we'll have like 2 little openings to get into these rooms. So with that done, I'm now just going to take my little column piece and go ahead and just fill in some of these corners here. Start to make them look nice. I think I'm going to do the same thing on the back section here. I'd like to fill in some of these back corners just to start closing the area in and giving the illusion that there's a lot of supports and things to hold up all the way to the ground and everything that'll be above it. So something like that. That's looking pretty good. Go ahead and fill in over here. Just like that. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good for now. I'm liking that a lot. So now for the tunnels. I've got some ideas, and this is gonna be really interesting. I wanted to try a bunch of things here. So first, let me see if I can go to the single block and create the openings that'll go into this room here. I want like every opening to have that arch over it, which I think is just going to be super cool. So let's maybe destroy that. Destroy that. Go to the frame piece and let's see, rotate it and place one. This will be interesting. Maybe... yeah, something like this. I think that'll look good. Have it maybe there, and then same thing over here, but like slightly inside, like that. Yeah, 2 little openings. We'll go ahead and fill in the floors again, and then maybe go back to the column piece, and just go ahead and place like a column here, and one here, and then same thing like maybe on the inside of this door, or this opening here. Place a little column, and then same thing along the back side here. So I'll do a column here, one up top, and then here and here. And let's go ahead and make this doorway an arch as well. So I'll just destroy a floor piece. Go ahead and place one of these in and put the floor back. Yeah, something like that. This is looking awesome. And then I want the ceiling to be filled in, so maybe that just gets done with the single block here. And again, apologies for the low lighting. Let me go ahead and just throw a torch in here, just so you can see better. We'll do official lighting here soon. But let's go ahead and continue just filling in the ceiling piece here. I think I'm going to do low ceilings for these halls as well, just have some variation in the roof. So we'll go ahead and fill in above there. Fill in right above here. Yeah, something just like that. That looks awesome. This is so great. And then we've got the little archways that come into these rooms here. We'll have one that goes through here. So speaking of the one that goes through here, let's go ahead and build that. So I'll destroy both of those. Go ahead and put some of these in. That looks good. And then go ahead and add the floor back. Perfect. And then I can fill in above them. Something like that for that side. And there we go. So now those are filled in. Oh, this is looking so good. And I'm almost thinking, yeah, I think now I'll start with the lower ceiling. So I'm gonna use these pieces. I don't know if I can snap these in. Doesn't really look like it. But we'll go ahead and like kind of pull it maybe there. Is that where it has to be? Yeah, that looks about right. So I'll go ahead and bring this all the way across the front side. So maybe there, and then one more right there. Perfect. So that'll create like my low ceiling. We'll go ahead and do the same thing over in here. So I'll do the first one without snapping, just touching the edge there, and then turn snapping back on. And let's see if I can get it to work. Yeah, right there. Awesome. So now that's a low ceiling. This whole hallway is a low ceiling. That looks really good. And then I think I'm going to take the single blocks and fill in above this area to create sort of the arched hallway effect. I think this would look really awesome. So let's go ahead and maybe fill in 2, 3, 4 right there. Fill in all the way across this section here. That looks pretty good. And fill in here. Nice. All right, this is already looking amazing. Look at that. We're starting to get our little rooms coming to life here. And now I think I'm gonna do an additional step and put some archways in between here, kind of in the middle. Let's go ahead and rotate this and put one right here. And put one, actually, yeah, right there, like that. Go ahead and fill in the floor again. And I want to take my column piece again for these middle sections. Let's go back to here and turn the snapping off. I want to go ahead and put one there and then up to the ceiling. And then one here and that one up to the ceiling as well. Something like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is looking fantastic here. All right. And then let's see here. I'm thinking possibly a column here and up to the ceiling. Yep, that'll be good. And then one right here and up to the ceiling. Let's see, that's only 3 blocks wide. Okay, something's a little weird here. I want that to stay the 4 blocks wide. So this might have been where I messed up a little bit here. I think I want to pick these back up. And I want to do them, let's see. Let me destroy the floor again. And I wanted to do them closer to the wall side. So like that, and then like that. There we go. There it is. That's what I was looking to do. And there we go. Perfect. Now we've got them in the consistent same place. And I think for this one, as well as the one out here, I'm going to move these out just a little bit. Or at least this one I'm going to move out. So let's go ahead and put this one Rather than on this line, I'm gonna bring it out to this line here. Go ahead and rotate that and put it in something like that. And then this one, I actually am gonna keep where it originally was. So I know this might be a little confusing. It definitely takes a lot of planning on my part to try to figure this all out on the go like this, but I think it's turning out pretty well. So let's just go ahead and fill that floor piece in. That looks great. I'm gonna go and destroy these columns, and I want to put them out essentially where that one was. So let me go to the column piece again and put one there and bring it up to the ceiling. Something like that. Perfect. Go to the single block and continue these across. Oh, this is looking so good. There we go. Let's do like every other one. So let's destroy the floor piece here, 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 and here. And then put these in. So let's put one there, there, one there, and then fill the floor back in. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. So we're starting to actually sanction off the rooms, have these little tunnels and things. I think this section, let's see, can I destroy that and leave it the way? Yeah, there we go. So I'll destroy that piece so that this will now feel more open. And honestly, I think that's looking amazing. Let's see if I can zoom into my character a little more to walk underneath these. Oh, look at that. That looks like official Hobbit rooms. Yeah, your camera like bumps up on each one when you walk through it, so that's, I guess, a little annoying, or it's like a little jittery pipe that you walk through, but I think it looks so cool. And we could go ahead and take some candles. Let me put one there, and then maybe in place of this torch here, let's go ahead and put a candle maybe there, and then, let's see, let's snap one right there. And right there, so that this is all like dimly lit to where it's enough light to see your way through here, but nothing too much. Oh, this is so great. I love this design and this concept. This is really cool. And then I think on this side here, because this is gonna be a bedroom, I want to add in a door. So let's go ahead and rotate. Let's place this right here. And let's go ahead and open that. I just want to sort of create some privacy in the bedroom, so let's go ahead and place a column on each side here, all the way up to the ceiling. Something similar on the back side here, just to mirror everything. So there, as well as right here. Nice, that looks great. And then we could even take the door frame and create like a little bit of a column look over here. So we could put like one there. Doesn't really matter. I'll just take the single block now and start filling in. Something like that. Bring that around. Yeah, just to create these different levels in the roof line here, which I think is gonna look really good. There we go. That looks amazing. Another thing I wanted to try out is, what if I did like skylights? Because we have this new block, the warm white luminescent block. And if I could somehow manage to, like, let's see, place like 4 of those there, and we could create a skylight, or the illusion of a skylight anyway. And it's not gonna go dark when it's nighttime, so it's not really a skylight, but maybe we could like block that off where the ceiling's lower. That looks super cool. And then maybe one over here, where I could destroy maybe those 4 blocks and go back to this piece. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at that. It just makes it feel a little more open, just having more of like the white light there, feeling less like a dungeon or a bunker, and more like a little house here. We could even put one like that. And then maybe sanction this room off with like a slightly lower ceiling here. Similar to the one before, I'll go ahead and do these on the sides. And one along the back here. And then up both sides of the light here. Just to kind of box it in a little more, make it look a little more like it's finished in there. Yeah, I think that looks awesome. Check that out, and that even provides a little bit of light in here. The bedroom door looks amazing. I could even use one of the round Hobbit doors here, but I almost like the frame with this little door here. It just looks more proper based on the height of things in here, rather than kind of glitching the Hobbit door through the floor. So I'm really, really happy now with some of the room placements. Again, this back area, I might even do like a little opening here, turn it into a doorway, and this could maybe be a bathroom. But I was almost thinking this would be a great spot for a big storage room, because those are always necessary. So we'll see what I do as I start decorating the interior, but I think now we can start working on the chimney and fireplace. And for the fireplace, I'm going to start by making the opening, which is going to be 4 blocks by 4 blocks here, dead center on this wall. And then I'm going to take the little wall blueprint and select it to be out of the rough stone block. Go ahead and rotate it, and I want to snap it in one here and one right here, just like that. And then once that's done, I think that looks pretty good. Gonna head to the outside here and go ahead and rotate it and snap it in just like that. Go ahead to the single block and destroy these center 2 blocks. And I'm gonna create the chimney. The 2x2 wall block will come up by 3. This will essentially have 2 blocks worth of terrain over it. So I think 3 will work, at least for now there, and I can always change it around later. We'll go ahead and grab the refined stone and create our little tiny chimney cap here. And that looks super cute. And then heading into the inside, this is where I can kind of refine how the fire itself is going to look. I think I'm going to destroy these top 2 sections here and bring a mantle across with the refined stone. Something like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And then go up to the rough stone, and I want to bring a chimney inside just so that you kind of see the illusion of a chimney there. I think it just is very cozy. I really like that. Really like that look to it. And then for the fireplace, I'm gonna go ahead with this brick fireplace. I think this will look super cozy and nice. Look at that. That's beautiful. So now it's pretty much time for a bunch of interior decorating, which I'm gonna show more in this video. I know it's a longer video, but I get a lot of comments of people loving the interior decorating and wanting to see more of it. So we'll go ahead and walk you through it, and I'll deck out each one of these rooms. Something simple for now. I'll keep tweaking it as I live in this space and continue building it and working on it, but I think I'll kind of do like a little kitchen over here. We'll do a little seating area, maybe some seed beds over there. And then I don't know, I'll kind of plan and see what I want each of the other rooms to be. First things first, I think I am going to go ahead and add a bathroom off the bedroom here. I think that would just make the most sense, and I think this is the best spot for it. So let me go ahead and block out a door here, basically perfectly mirroring the door going into the bedroom right there. So let's go ahead with something like this here. And then I want to put the little rounded archway around the outside. So I'll go ahead and destroy those, as well as a block here. We can go ahead and put that in. And then redo the floor piece there. Perfect. And then I think I'm just going to add a wall. So this section might be a storage room, and then I'll just add a wall right here as like a continuation of this wall coming all the way across. Something just like that. I've just gone ahead and put 2 little candles over here as well for some softer light. Thinking that if this is the bathroom, that would look the best. So I think I'm gonna do a tub. Well, let's see. Let me start with some counters. And I think I'm gonna do like 2 here, 2 here, with some refined stone on top of it. And then maybe 1 bigger counter coming all the way over here with some refined stone right here. And now I could place some furniture stuff. I think I want the sink to be centered on the doorway, so something like that. That looks good. And then the tub to be back sort of in this corner. Or you've got like the little ledges here to maybe set your drink or some more candles or I don't know, something like that. And then the toilet can go right in this section. That should be enough room to be able to sit on it. Yep, there we go. That looks good. I think I'm also going to take a floor mat, just the straw mat here. Go ahead and lay one of those down right there. And then a door, I'm going to go ahead and put right, let's see, right here. So that's perfectly mirroring of that door. When you open it, it's not in the way of anything. And you have full access to the little bathroom here. So I really like that design so far. Let me go ahead and add some more candles. I think I want one here and one, yeah, right here. That'll be good. Those are at the same height as the other ones, and I think that is a nice soft lighting for the bathroom. Could even hang a painting or do a little mantelpiece like right here or something. So we'll see. I'll get fancy later down the road, but I like that for now. And then maybe we can do the bedroom here next. And for this room, I think I'm going to start by lighting it. So I was thinking that it could be cool to do a little window, a little 2x2 right here of the round window, because this jut out goes very close to the outside, and I could make like a little hole in the ground so that that can receive a little bit of natural light. Just another way to make this room feel more open, less cramped. And then let me do, let's see, I think I'm going to do a candles, one right here, and then one here, and one here. And now we can go ahead and get rid of this little temporary torch. That looks nice. I've also added just some lamps on both sides of this walkway here to light this hall. So now I'm going to do a headboard for the bed. And I'm going to start with this little door frame blueprint piece. And I want it to be out of the red marble block, that new block that we got with the latest update. I think this block looks so nice. And I might use it in the build above the Hobbit house as well, so it could be cool to have some elements of the Hobbit house that could match. And yeah, just look at that. It looks awesome. Then I think I'm going to go with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. That looks really nice. And now that that's complete, let's go ahead and add the beds. So I've picked out these beds, the ornate wood beds. I think it'll be nice, and I'll just put 2 of them side by side to sort of create like a queen or king bed look, since we have a lot of space over here. And then let's go ahead and add a little nightstand off to the side. There we go. That's nice. And then I think I wanted to do, yeah, let's do a bookshelf in this section. Kind of backed into the wall right between those columns. It fits perfectly there. And then a little desk. I'm going to turn snapping off and kind of free place it right in this little nook. Right there. And we could go ahead and put a little book on top of it. Something like that. And then grab my chair. And let's see, let me rotate it maybe just out a little bit so like the desk can face the door there, and you've got like a little study there, which is really cool. And then I'm going to take my big furry straw mat for the rugs here. I was debating using just the big fur rug, but I didn't think it looked that great, especially given how the fur rugs are kind of on top of the beds. So I like the look of this a lot better. Now I'll go ahead and place one there. One over here, and then let's see, let's rotate it and let's put some along the sides of the beds too, just to sort of create this whole floor being carpeted. And that is looking really, really cozy. I guess the last thing to do is just to add a couple books in here, which I might do later as just some final touch-ups. But I think that's really nice for this room so far. So now we could move on to maybe the entryway kitchen area. And something I wanted to do in this room, especially near the entry, was to just add a little more interest to the floor. I love this simple stone look. I was thinking about just taking the half-timbered block along with the ruby block and the stone block to sort of start creating this like checkered look coming out of the door. I just wanted to like feather it out from the edge there. So I'm just kind of going to go back and forth, and then every now and then where there's like a stone piece, I might replace that with one of the ruby pieces, just because it looks so good. Yeah, something like that. Just sort of feathered this out into the stone floor. So it'll end up looking something like this here. I really like that. It just sort of like feathers out to sort of lead you into these little passageways and things. And I think, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I figured just adding a little bit of interest to the floor could be cool in this area. So now I'm going to start working on the kitchen here. And first things first is we need lots of food storage. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few of these chests in here. This area will kind of be like the pantry, and this will fit a lot of food just in that section here. And then I'm going to start building out a countertop that sort of wraps around in the front section here. Let's see, maybe something like that. I'm going to go ahead and build this section out by 2 and grab another couple of chests and go ahead and put them on top of here, so it'll be like a stepped counter look, just to sort of maybe be a bakery or something. You can access these chests in here, or maybe actually I could do a full counter here. I guess we'll see how it ends up looking. I think this area is going to be for the sink. Then I'm going to continue out to here and then come all the way out essentially, so we've got like a little 4-block wide pathway there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead with that. Do something like that, because I want like a wraparound bar. And you'll see here in a second, I'll take these polished wood tables and I'll go ahead and phase, let's see, I want one in the center there. I want one over on this side, and I want one more right over here. And it's going to create like a bar look. And yeah, after that goes in, I'm honestly really liking this little pattern in the floor here. I think that looks super cool. So let me grab some stools here. And we can go ahead and maybe place a few of them. One there, and one there. That looks awesome. And some lighting. I was thinking this could be a cool thing to use the firefly lamps. Maybe just 2 of them like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then the sink is what I wanted to go. Oops. I wanted to put that right in here. Just like that. And we can just start decorating it out a little more. Maybe a little bucket in the corner there for some water. I've got some dishes here I was thinking of using. Also a floor mat. Yeah, I know it covers up the pretty floor that we just made, at least in the front section here. But I think having a little floor mat there would look nice. And then we could go ahead and maybe do a little stack of plates here in the corner by the sink. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's a little offset. I might go and tidy it up a little more. But then we could go ahead and put a little cup here, maybe a little bowl right on the edge of the table. And then I've got a little pitcher here. So maybe we go ahead and put that like over on this side. I think that's looking really nice. Maybe add a little bit of lighting right to the side here. So let's see. The sink I actually want to bring the sink out by another block. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up and bring the sink out to here. I want it more in front of the window. There we go. And then maybe a little candle here for when it gets dark outside so you can see by the sink. Yeah, that feels a little more open and nice. I really like that. Plenty of space for food. I love the kitchen there. And then I think for now, I'm gonna turn this little nook with the skylight there into a dining room. So obviously you could sit at the bar here, but let's face it, Hobbit homes are a merry time with all your friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make plenty of seating space to have a whole bunch of guests over. There we go, maybe a couple there. Just so you got plenty of room. This is awesome. And again, this area could be a perfect spot for the flame altar as well, if you weren't putting it outside the base like I am. So it's a perfect size for the flame altar, or maybe a spot for one of the NPCs. I think now I'm going to sanction this little area off, possibly for the farmer. I think it's a nice little place in the Hobbit home for her to go. So I might put some seed beds here and then place her in over here. I'll go ahead and place a seed bed here and then another one right next to it like that. And I've also just created some little cubbies here, just with the half-timbered block. Actually, I'm going to delete that one. And these can just be for like little storage. I put a couple little flower pots under that one. I'm gonna grab some chests over here and go ahead and fill them, like these little portions, with some chests. Go ahead and rotate it like that. And these can be for seed storage and, you know, extra food and plants and things as I need them. Maybe clay for flower pots, anything related to that. I could also put like a little couch in this area. It's just a big open area that I figured I'll at least fill with something for now. But as with anything, the more I live in it, the more I'll tweak the interior and everything. You know, maybe I got something to do, like a little barrel over here. So maybe I could like phase a barrel kind of back into there for some wine or soil or something to be stored. And then it got some crates, more flowers and things. So we could go ahead and maybe put a flower pot in there. Maybe a couple over here. And then maybe some crates, like one there. And one there. And let's see, maybe one inside the cubby there, and then maybe one on top of these. Something like that. And then let's do like a couple of flower pots on the crates, so maybe something like that. I don't know, just having fun with it. And then we can go ahead and summon in the farmer, and I'm thinking this would be a great spot for her to go. There we go. Perfect. Just make this place feel a little more lived in. So I'm so happy with how that looks. I think the rest of the interior I'm gonna hold off on for now until I end up doing more playing in this space. I think this room would lend itself great for a workshop. I've gone ahead and put the workbench here, and also put a little window on this side. I could put the table saw for the carpenter over here and have this be like a nice little carpentry workshop place. I've started filling out this back room here with a bunch of chests. I still need to craft a whole lot more chests, but this will end up being the big storage area as my playthrough expands. And then yeah, we've got the little bedroom and bathroom in there, and little kitchen over here. I just think it looks so great. So that'll be where I leave off in this video, at least for the interior. And now all that's left is to do the exterior here. And what I mean by that is placing all the dirt and stone to artificially man-make the hillside here for the Hobbit house to go in. So let me go grab some dirt and then we'll get started on that portion. Alright, here we go. I've got some dirt, and I'm just going around and outlining the entire Hobbit hole. Basically just right up to the front here, and all the way around with a bunch of chunks of dirt. You can see I've already made it a fair ways around the back side, and I'll just show you in more detail how I'm doing this with the front side. Basically just taking these big chunks and creating a very chunky looking hill. And then once I kind of have like the rough outline done, I'll come in with, there's a little 1 meter cube section here that you can do out of dirt. So I'll come in with that just to start refining it more, start blending things. But honestly, I usually just use this, and you can just glitch this, you know, step it down into the terrain to create the shallower hill, and then kind of raise it up as you want to blend the hill. And then when I'm pretty happy with that, I'll come and take my single terrain block, and that's where I'll like smooth out little sections like that, smooth out little holes in there, and certain sections I'll like purposely keep exposed or keep a little more rocky or cliffy just to really accentuate the natural terrain vibe. I don't want it to look too artificial, and it'll especially start looking good when I plant some flower soil on it, plant some trees, put some little things planted to grow and everything just to make it match the Revelwood forest ground material as best I can. Sadly, we can't place this nice like reddish clay here, but we can place the grass and I'll get it looking as close as I can here. So yeah, I'm just kind of doing that all around the sides. I went around the window here, so that's what I was saying. I could just do a little tiny hole for some daylight to come in. And I can do the same thing right around this side here. Again, if I just kind of come, let's see, come right around the front here with the terrain. And that'll go right up to the window. And then right around the sides. So yeah, this is the first step, is just outlining the whole thing, putting down as much terrain as I can right off the bat. That's looking good, and then yeah, just start blending it down. Blending it down into the ground, the hillside, and then maybe I can build it up like here. And then on both sides of the window here, start kind of feathering it down into the window. Maybe something like that. I don't know, I don't care if there's a little bit of grass kind of protruding there. I could always take some terrain off if I don't like it. And just get really fine with it. Just spend a lot of time. The more you can do with these big blueprint chunks, the less dirt you'll use, because if you can see, when I use my single terrain block, it still uses a dirt every single time. Whereas when I use this big guy, it still only uses 1 or 2 dirt. So it's definitely way more efficient to use these big chunks first, and then get all fine with it later. And then for the front here, like I had mentioned before, I want to have 2 blocks worth of dirt on top of it. And then I can bring it to the other edge here, just like so. And on this top section, this is where I'll just use the little 1M cube here. And we can just kind of bring it back and slowly start stepping around, basically just having the two blocks worth of dirt on top of the Hobbit hole here. And you can see it'll start creating that nice front there. So I'll just kind of do this all the way back on both sides around the curves here. And that's already looking very smooth. And then this whole front section, I want to overlap by 2 blocks. So I'm just gonna kind of bring each of these out by another little cube worth here. So let's see, right there. And then just all the way across the top, just to give it a nice solid overhang. Feel very cozy and sheltered and in the hill. And then I'll just come down this side here. Something like that. And let's see, one more right in here. There we go. And then same thing, just coming out by a whole cube worth in the front here. And we can kind of tweak it, we can overlap it, I don't really care. I'll just kind of freeform it, make it look as natural as I can. Sometimes I might like round the corners, bring it in a little bit. You can see it's creating some vines there. I really like that. So maybe I could like purposely get it to grow some vines here and there maybe. We'll see. I'll just keep kind of bringing it. Yep, it grew a little one right there. So that's nice. And then yeah, I can just kind of make like a skinnier rim on the front that's just like 1 block. Just messing around to break up the evenness of what it previously was. I don't know, something like that. That's starting to look really good. And then again, just taking my big cubes and just starting to blend it right into the ground. And after a few in-game days of terraforming, this is how it's starting to look. I am really happy with it. Been smoothing it out a lot and kind of using a combination of the dirt, a little bit of flower soil here and there, and then also some of the farm soil, because the brown of the farm soil matches the brown dirt of the Revelwood forest, just to try to match the terrain style as much as I can to make it look as natural as possible. So doing that, adding some plantings here, and then also just adding some rocks here with the little rock blueprint from the terrain section. So that's been nice, just kind of jutting out of the hillside there to add to the natural look. So still some work to be done, but it's definitely getting there, and I'm super happy with how it's looking so far. And then if we head up top here, it's just a nice big flat area ready for the build I plan to do in the next part 2 of this video here, essentially. I want to do like a forest fantasy wizard tower build or something along those lines. Still keeping it fairly small, but I think it could look really cool up here. So I've left this little section open for that video, so definitely stay tuned, and that's why the flame altar's still up there. But if you just plan to have the Hobbit house, then you can go ahead and put the flame altar down here or inside the build and then just get rid of the staircase. But yeah, super happy with that. While we're up here as well, another thing I wanted to do was make some smoke coming out of the chimney. So I was experimenting around with a few things, and I think I found something that works, because I really wanted smoke coming out of this chimney. I felt like it would add a lot of coziness and feel like someone's home. And for the Hobbit hole, I just felt that that was the right thing to do. And I haven't added smoke to any of my chimneys before, but I found that this wooden standing torch is the perfect height to where if you put it 3 blocks down, essentially. So I can just add those 2 blocks back and then add our little cap here. It's just enough to cover the flame, but then it still allows some smoke to come through there. And I just love that. So much more life to the build just by having a little bit of smoke out of the chimney there. So I'm going to be using this trick on all of my future builds for sure. And you can get a glimpse of the flame every now and then poking through there, which to me isn't that big a deal. But if you wanted to, you could just build it up by like 1 more block, and that would cover it, but it also covers a lot of the smoke coming out. So I find that I tried a few different standing torches, and I find that that just works best. And for the most part, you don't see it much, and even a spark or 2 here and there kind of coming out of the top of the chimney, I think that just looks really, really cool. And especially when the light catches it, it's a little hard to see when it's dark here. But yeah, just add some life to the build. So I'm definitely pleased with that. And then as we head inside here, I've also added some luminous growth to the indoors here, just to add a little bit of a fantasy feel, magical feel to the build. I don't know, it looked good without it for sure. You can let me know what you think. But I thought it added a little something to the build, and I didn't do too much, but just add some nice lighting and a cool feel. So with that, let me showcase the build at night here. And here we go. This is what it looks like in the dark. So just some very soft lighting outside. Didn't do too much. The house above it will have some more lighting, and I'll do some more exterior torches or things. But I feel that the inside is very well lit. It's very dim, but good enough to see your way around for sure. And you can even see there, you see a little bit of the smoke coming out of the top of the chimney there, even at nighttime, just from the light shed from the flame altar that lights up the smoke. So, just love that feature a whole bunch. So with that said, I do hope you enjoyed this build and got some inspiration from it. It is definitely my best Hobbit house so far. I am super, super happy with it. I learned a lot building it and experimenting with it. So definitely a super fun build. And with that, huge shout out to all of my channel members. Be sure to join my Discord server through the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for part 2 of this video if you're interested. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.